to business for Chris Sutton. His baby son James is now recovering in hospital, and after missing last weekend's Old Firm victory and the UEFA Cup tie in Valencia, he's able to make his top team return. But the recall for Sutton doesn't mean the dropping of John Hartson. The Welsh international keeps his place alongside Henrik Larsson, and it's defender Bobo Balde who makes way for the adaptable Sutton's comeback. The other change is a rare outing for Momo Sila in place of Lubo Moravcik. Hibs stick with the team which beat Dundee United in midweek to reach the semi-finals of the CIS Cup. Craig Brewster is still struggling with shoulder trouble. He's on the bench, and Cup scorers Papaluna and Tam McManus continue their strike partnership. Tony Cake's in goal, and it's again a back four for Hibs with Frank Sosie and Paul Fenwick still missing. In central defence is the much-admired Uli Larsson, who, having watched today's World Cup draw, hopes he may yet get to the finals with Denmark. There's been a long-running speculation linking Larsson with a move here to Celtic Park. And the referee for Celtic against Hibs is Willie Young. Hibs were the only team to take points from Celtic home and away last season. They're struggling to live up to the big expectations which came their way on the back of that performance in the last campaign. This time last year, second in the SPL Hibs, and at the moment they're in the bottom half of the top 12, and Hibs' midweek win ended a run of 4 games without a win. Henrik Larsson finding space, finding room, finding Peta. It's just beyond Hartson. And away by Murray, straight back to Bobby Peta. That's a free kick, right at the edge of the area. A crude challenge from Matthias Jack, more than a hint of desperation about it, although Smith and O'Neill were both there as well. Larsson over the ball, and menacingly Stilian Petrov is just behind him. Larsson goes himself, and just wide. Petrov proving to be the decoy this time, as Larsson went it alone, but it wouldn't quite curl back enough for him. And now Celtic breaking downfield with Larsson on his left foot, didn't catch the shot, and not a problem for Tony Craig. Telly to the onrushing O'Neill, but not the final ball. He's angry with himself about that, because there were targets up ahead of him. Celtic back in possession, and Bobby Peta looking threatening. Foul against Orman. He caught his trailing leg here, did Alan Orman, as Peta tried to turn away from him. Stilian Petrov to drive in the free kick, instead squares it for Lambert, and wide for Sila. Took a touch off Zitelli. Lambert's cross, John Hartson's header, 1-0. 11 minutes gone, a perfectly placed header from John Hartson breaks the deadlock. The cross didn't have to be too good, it was lofted up in the air. It was misjudged by Alan Orman, and lurking in behind him was John Hartson, and you don't want to give him a free header in the penalty box. Tony Craig could only look on as the ball lobbed beyond him and into the net. Yalby unchallenged for that header. Petrov trying to control it for Larsson. Has it back now from Peta. Good movement, good running from Neil Lennon. Now Peta's early ball in. Larsson, Hartson, chance for number 2. Should have scored, and knows it. His shot flicking the outside of the post. This was a glorious opportunity to increase the lead for Celtic. Mistakes being made at the heart of the Hibs defence, and they might well have been punished here. Alan Orman making a run, and now gets the pass. And there was almost a chance for Hibs with Rob Douglas at full stretch, and David Zitelli had made the run in at the far post. It was a good long cross from Orman, and for the first time in the match, Celtic looking uncomfortable at the back. Here's the corner kick. De La Cruz. Good challenge from Silla. O'Neill. Hartson's header away, only as far as Orman. Good strike. And good gathering as well at the second attempt from goalkeeper Douglas. That was a stinging shot from Orman, whose only goal for Hibs so far remains that spectacular strike against Rangers in the 2-2 draw at Ibrox. He caught that one too, and that's good goalkeeping. Hartson stumbled and recovered, and played away by Ian Murray. Good skills from Momo Silla, and it's deflected off Murray and into Tony Cade's arms, but he's growing in confidence, Momo Silla. And this was a lovely bit of footwork. At the beating of Zitelli twice over. O'Neill to Orman. That was optimistic from long range. Then Petrov certainly felt it. Orman's cross this time. Paco Luna. He climbed so well for that header against Johan Mjalby. You wouldn't have given him too much chance as the ball was floated in because of the height differential, but it was a great leap by Luna, and he's disappointed with himself that he couldn't have directed that away from Douglas. Lovely flick from Larsson. Here's Petrov, trying to blast it, and failed to hit the target after superb stuff from Larsson. Mulharen's pass, and how was that? Great balance and touch, and Petrov was in. That was Mjalby. Misjudged by Larsson. John Hartson's in. Certainly is. 2-0. And that's a brilliant finish by John Hartson. He saw Tony Caig off his line, and that was judged to perfection. Larsson's glaring error, though, to start with, charged at the ball, missed it. And what was the goalkeeper doing so far off his line? He made the decision for Hartson there. The Welsh striker looked up, saw the gap beyond the goalie, and just lofted the ball in. It's a great finish. 6 minutes from half-time, and John Hartson's 7th goal for Celtic. Useful pass from Gary Smith. De La Cruz has pace. He turned that one into the danger area, and nobody was up with the pace of the game. Luna and McManus both struggling to get there as De La Cruz squared the ball in. This was very inviting for Hibs, who were desperate to pull the goal back. He was quick enough to get beyond Mulharen, and he knocked the ball right into the danger area, and for Hibs, no one there. Lennon again. Great pass for Petrov, and it almost worked a treat. This was very well judged from Lennon, and well off his line as well, Tony Caig for Hibs. But the man of the first half is John Hartson, with 2 goals, taking his Celtic tally to 7, a hat-trick in October against Dundee United, And kicking off December with a double set up by Paul Lambert's cross for number 1. Poor marking from Hibs, but a well-directed header from Hartson. 11 minutes gone and Celtic 1 up. Hibs had their moments in the first half. That was one of them for Paco Luna. Great leap for the header. Disappointed he couldn't direct it away from Ralph Douglas. Mistake by Larsson for Hibs. Craig off his line. And John Hartson chipping in with his second and Celtic's second. A 2-goal advantage for the home team at half-time. Celtic get the match restarted, and the opportunity for them for a couple of hours at least to extend their lead at the top of the SPL to 13 points, having made it 10 last Sunday in the Old Firm match, their second Old Firm win of the season. And it's a big week for Celtic, another big week, with the UEFA Cup tie decider against Valencia coming up, of course live on the BBC. And it's a tall order here for Hibs, who try to get their way back into the game with Celtic already 2 up. It's a big month, December, for Martin O'Neill and Celtic, but everything going according to plan meantime. Mjällby through for Hartson. Mjällby again. Good brave save from Craig. It's a thought to dive at the feet of Johan Mjällby when he's moving at this sort of pace. The exchange with Hartson, and Mjällby, who hasn't scored since the opening day of the season. That was his only strike of this campaign. Lambert's pass cut out by Zitelli. Now has it back from Luna. In went Lennon and Lambert. Zitelli from McManus. Here's an opportunity for Tam McManus. Good save, Rob Douglas. And it's not the first time we've said that in recent weeks. Again, the player of the month coming up with the goods. Good work from McManus. Neat little flick. And Douglas making himself a big barrier to McManus as the chance to pull a goal back opened itself up. And Lambert to Hartson. Away from Gary Smith. Reverse pass for Henrik Larsson. He's round Craig. Knocked off the line by Ian Murray, as Larsson threatened to make it 3 for Celtic. And this time it was John Hartson, the set-up man, with good work and a bit of pace as well to take him away from Smith. Larsson dancing away from the goalkeeper twice, and Hibs grateful to Murray. De La Cruz racing away, but not racing away from Johan Mjällby. Up for the corner and all the way back to win it back for Celtic. Hartson holds off Smith. Still in possession. Wide for Peta. Still Peta. Good defensive work from John O'Neill. Got himself in the way. As Peta tried to cut in for the shot at goal, O'Neill's presence was important. Larsson threatening again. Took a deflection. Hartson's header. Out comes Craig. Good play from O'Neill. He's given it to Jack. And now Larsson. Hartson. Threatening phase this from Celtic. And they've got another free kick just outside the penalty box. And again, Orman struggling to get the timing right against his challenge on Peta. And that will be Bobby Peta's last involvement. He will be an important man against Valencia on Thursday night. And it's time for a rest. And his replacement is Alan Thompson. Larsson squares it for Chris Sutton. It was swerving well wide before it struck Larsson. Teenager Gary O'Connor just behind Alec McLeish. Looks as if he is to get a taste of the action here. Sila to Valharan. And wide left, Peta's replacement, Thompson. The back heel from Petrov sets up Alan Thompson. And his cross is just beyond John Hartson. It's given away by Zitelli to Lennon. Hartson again, Neil Lennon. That's a brilliant goal for your first of the season. They don't come along too often, Neil Lennon goals, but they tend to be something special. I remember his first one for the club last season at East End Park, which sparked a fair old celebration. And this was perfectly placed into the top corner. He just passed this into the net. And Tony Craig didn't have an earthly. And Neil Lennon's first of the campaign makes it 3-0 Celtic with just 18 minutes left. Lambert places the ball ahead of Petrov. Now Larsson. 3 goals for Celtic, and Henrik Larsson's name still not on the score sheet. John Hartson already on the score sheet and a chance to get his third. Left rubbing his head here. The cross was well delivered beyond Uli Larsson. Hartson unmarked. And we would have expected to have at the very least had that on target. Hartson's flick. Larsson's onto it. He's lost 3 already, Craig. No more, says he. In from Thompson. John Hartson. That was a brilliant save from Craig. The whistle had already gone for handball against Larsson. Craig had to operate on the basis that this was there to be saved after Thompson's cross. There was the use of the arm. Great strike from Hartson, and it looked like his hat-trick at that point. But good goalkeeping. Full time at Celtic Park. Another 3 Premier points for Martin O'Neill, and Celtic another 3 Premier goals as well. 2 of them for John Hartson. His double strike in the first half had Celtic cruising, and it was Neil Lennon in the second half who made it 3 on the day Chris Sutton made his comeback into the Celtic team. That is important for Celtic, who now, of course, look ahead towards the match here on Thursday night, live on BBC Scotland against Valencia in the UEFA Cup.